Marie, what is this?
It's a calendar showcasing my steak and potatoes. Perhaps after the people finish eating their cake, they can eat some steak and potatoes.
Today I'm going to be reviewing Marie Callender's steak and roasted potatoes. Boom, boom, boom. Looks like there's some mushrooms, green beans, steak, potatoes, and gravy. Probably gonna be okay, I think. So I guess on to the nutrition facts. 240 calories, 6% for total fat, 10% for saturated fat, 13% cholesterol, 32% sodium, 12 for carbs, 14 dietary fiber, and 15 grams of protein. So decent protein for the number of calories. Not really that many calories. And then of course it's salty like they all are. I think I remember somebody saying that was for food preservation purposes, which makes sense, I guess. And then the microwave oven, they've got this little cook only one at a time disclaimer here that it won't show because it's not focusing. But I wonder what caused that. Anyway, it's cut film to vent, cook on high for 4 minutes, stir beef and potatoes, and then recover. Cook an additional 1/2 to 2.5 minutes. And then there's the whole check that the food is cooked thoroughly. Let stand 2 minutes and stir sauce into beans. Interesting. The beans here don't really have a sauce, do they? Not sure what they're talking about there. So that's 6, 7 minutes to make. Probably 10 minutes total if you're lazy and count the stirring and whatnot. Okay. So we've got green beans in a separate tray here, and I don't really see much steak. I see potatoes and I see gravy. It's sort of covered in little ice things though, so who knows? All right, was I supposed to? Oh, I was supposed to cut the film to vent. All right, I poked holes in it. That was extremely loud. Like, my ears hurt loud. All right, I'm gonna be back after this is cooked up. All right, we got the meal here. We've got green beans. I think I was supposed to mix them in with the sauce, so I might like move them from here to here at some point. We've got the potatoes and steak over here. Looks all right. Here's sort of a potato. Got the skin still on it. Looks decent. And then here is a piece of the beef. Looks all right. So I'll take a bite here. It tastes decent. It's maybe a little chewy. I have a little bit of potato stuff. The potatoes are quite hot. I think the potatoes might be, I don't know, there was one or two that looked a little green. I don't know if potatoes become ripe. I don't think that's how potatoes work. I assume they were cooked or something a little bit before this, and there might have been not quite enough. Yeah, I think it's slightly undercooked, although maybe that's just me not cooking it for long enough in the microwave. The gravy is kind of interesting. It's not super heavy, but it definitely has like a strong taste. It is liquid, but it's kind of, it's not super thick, but it's kind of, it's definitely not water. It isn't like dripping off of this or anything. It makes it a little moist, but it is somewhat viscous. The steak kind of tastes like plain roast beef, although it's very chewy. Now, I don't voluntarily put gravy on stuff, so I'm not sure how to describe the flavor, but it's kind of like a salty sweet flavor. Kind of maybe a slightly earthy, salty sweet. I guess that's how I'm going to describe it. Don't know that that's a great description though. Overall, it's okay. I think this whole thing, the gravy's not bad. It's all right. It is kind of a decent chunk of the flavor, while the potatoes seem they taste to me kind of like undercooked fries. The meat is just like it's fine, but it is quite chewy for me. Like if I don't force myself to swallow, I could just chew and chew and chew and chew and chew. Alright, let's try some of this, and then I'm gonna move some into here and see how it tastes. These taste like green beans. They're fine. Yeah, they're just normal green beans is what they're like. Let's try it in. There's not really that much sauce, so I'm not sure this is really a great comparison. I think the sauce makes them slightly better, but it's still kind of just green beans. I think they may have a little bit of pepper, but outside of that, it seems like plain green beans. Kind of like you got a pack of frozen green beans and you just heated it up. Maybe heated it up in water or something. And that's kind of what this is like. All right. Okay, I went and grabbed the box here, and I forgot that the gravy was like a mushroom gravy. Maybe that's the sort of earthy flavor that I was tasting, but there's really not like that much left here. I didn't really notice any. Oh, maybe there's a little bit of. Is this beef or is it, I can't get it. I don't think there's any like actual mushrooms in this though. Or at least I didn't get any. At this point, I'm just eating it. There's not really much else I can do analysis-wise. So, I think this gets probably it's average, I think, for a microwave meal. It's not bad. What would be an average? Probably like a 7, 6 or 7. Probably I'm gonna give it a 7, I guess. It's decent. The mushroom gravy is kind of a unique-ish taste, I think, compared to other gravy stuff that I've had like this. I think I prefer it to other gravies. Maybe I should actually try eating mushrooms at some point then. The meat tastes like roast beef. I think it's roast beef. It reminds me of roast beef that like my mom would sometimes cook, except it's very chewy. Very, very chewy. And then the potatoes are like fine plain potatoes. Well, I guess they're covered in gravy and whatnot. But the big issue is they taste kind of uncooked at times. Maybe that's a me microwave problem, but it would be better, I think. The potatoes could be a little bit better, and the green beans are just kind of plain green beans. I think they do have a little bit of pepper. There are some pepper specks on them. According to the ingredients, they actually have butter on them as well. So they've got a little bit of stuff on them, but it tastes pretty much like regular plain green beans. Overall, not bad, not bad. I would have this again, but I don't think it's something I'm going to go out of my way to get again. Anyway, thank you for watching. See ya. Welcome to the outro, my dudes. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. The vast majority, like 90% of my viewers, are unsubscribed, so it would be cool if you subscribed. Anyway, in this outro, I want to give a short story, slightly humorous, about my Thanksgiving. So, my cousin and her fiance came and saw my apartment for the first time. Sort of, I moved in after my grandparents moved out, and there's still a lot of my grandparents' stuff here. But they wanted to know, hey, where am I hiding my drugs? And I, of course, don't do drugs because I am a man of God. Anyway, so I was like, I don't know what are in these cabinets. They wanted to know what was in the cabinets. So we went and checked. They were looking for my drug stash, which of course does not exist. But this did not help my case. This was the first one we opened, and it says used catheters and small catheters up here. And of course, if you go in here, we got catheters. That was really unfortunate. This was the first one too, and it kind of derailed everything. I think those are urinary catheters though, so I don't know what sort of fun times you can have with those. Feel like that's just not fun at all. Yeah, and then I guess the only other thing is we made D&D characters but never actually played, and this is one of them. This was like a bee-man where they polymorphed but got stuck halfway, so they're half bee, well, like 90% bee, but with like man hands and feet. Anyway, that's it for this outro. See ya.